Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is September 21st, 2023, and it's reported that Xavi Hernandez has officially renewed his contract with Barcelona. Also, the club have a plan in place to sign Joao Felix on a permanent basis next summer, and I have all the details of that plan for you. And finally, it's reported that Barcelona met with Royal Antwerp in order to discuss the possible signing of Arthur Vermeeren. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and before we begin the news, I would like to make a quick and an amazing announcement, and that is that Barca News has officially reached the 10,000 subscribers, which is a huge and amazing milestone for the channel and for myself. And of course, this is thanks to all of you amazing people who continuously support the channel, whether by subscribing, watching the videos, joining the live stream, hitting the like button, or commenting on the videos. So from the bottom of my heart, I would like to thank all of you amazing people. Thank you for continuously supporting the channel, and thank you for everything that you do for this channel. This is an amazing day. I'm very happy, and I'm very happy to share this milestone with all of you. Now, having said that, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please make sure to hit the subscribe button. And if you are watching this video, please make sure to hit the like button. All of this will continue to help the channel to continue to grow. And of course, if you are looking for any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, make sure you hit the kickback. And if you are looking to place any sports bets, make sure you hit the Bet Us. Both links are down below in the description. Now, I'll begin with the news that Barcelona have officially presented Alejandro Balde's contract renewal. Of course, as I reported in yesterday's live stream, Barcelona officially announced the contract renewal of Alejandro Balde, which was set to expire in the summer of 2024, but he has now extended with the club until 2028 with a €1 billion release clause and officially as a first-team player. Now, Barcelona did the presentation of the player today at the Ciudad Esportiva, where the player signed his contract in front of the press. And there was no press conference, so it was a pretty short ceremony, but nonetheless, it was a happy one because one of the crown jewels of La Masia and the future of Barcelona has committed to the club for 5 more years. Now, speaking of contract renewals, it's reported that Xavi Hernandez has officially renewed his contract with Barcelona and that he has put pen and paper and has officially signed his contract. Now, Xavi Hernandez's contract was set to expire in the summer of 2024, so at the end of the season, and Barcelona wanted to reward the coach for winning La Liga and extend his contract until 2026, but Xavi Hernandez informed Barcelona that he could wait for as long as the club needed, because Barcelona needed to first sign the players that they needed to sign and then register the contracts of all of their players, and Xavi did not want to get in the way of that, especially with all the financial fair play rule restrictions. Now, once the summer transfer market ended and Barcelona accomplished all of their goals as far as signings and registrations, the club turned their attention to extending the contract of Xavi Hernandez. And even though the plan was to extend Xavi Hernandez's contract until 2026, Xavi will only be extended until 2025 due to the financial fair play rule restrictions. Now, it's reported that Xavi Hernandez has extended his contract for 1 more year with an option to extend for 1 more, so it's a 1+1 contract. And the reason why his contract will not be able to be considered under the financial fair play rules is because both Xavi and his technical staff, all of them got raises as far as their salary, because Xavi and his technical staffs were earning salaries that were way below market value, which Xavi and his staff agreed to because they understood the financial situation of the club. Now, it's reported that the contract of Xavi does have a performance clause where Xavi Hernandez does perform well as the coach. His contract will be automatically extended for 1 more season, so until the summer of 2026. And it's also reported that Xavi Hernandez has already signed his contract and that we should expect an official announcement by FC Barcelona as soon as tomorrow. Now, speaking of signings, Joao Felix has given his first exclusive interview since joining FC Barcelona. And in this interview, Joao Felix expressed how happy he is that things are going really well for him at the club. and he credited this to Xavi Hernandez when he said, "He has told me from day one to play to enjoy myself, to play with joy and to put my football in there. Of course, he asks me tactical things, but above all, he asks me to enjoy myself, to have fun. And that's what I'm trying to do." Now, of course, Joao Felix has had an amazing start with Barcelona, scoring 3 goals and providing 1 assist so far in only 3 matches. And we all know also the sacrifice that he made when he came to Barcelona by accepting a huge salary reduction. And Joao Felix confirmed this by saying, "Yes, the truth is that I gave up a significant amount of money from my salary. But well, I needed a change. I needed to go somewhere where I could play my football, and as I said, I always thought this would be the ideal place. Things are going well, and I had to make that effort to get back to the joy of playing." Now, as I reported previously, Joao Felix, who was earning 16 million euros per season at Atletico Madrid, agreed to reduce his salary all the way to 400,000 euros, making a huge pay cut and a huge sacrifice in order to come to Barcelona, which really shows the dedication of the player to come to what he calls his dream club and to also succeed at Barcelona. Now, Joao Felix was also asked why he didn't succeed at Atletico de Madrid under their current coach El Cholo Simeone, and Joao Felix said, "That's clear to everyone. Football is like that. Whoever is doing badly has to move on. I've done it before for Chelsea and I've done it now for Barcelona because I wasn't good there. I didn't adapt to the ideas of the club and the coach, but I've always tried to do the best I could, and I've had very good moments there as well." Now, Joao Felix was asked whether his great performance will eventually lead Atletico Madrid to ask for a huge fee for him next summer, and his response was, "Well, for me it depends on how the season ends. Then it's up to Barcelona to negotiate with Atleti, and then it's up to Atleti if they want to facilitate things or not. But that's business stuff, about values, which I don't get involved in. I do my job on the pitch. I try to do my best so that they want to sign me in the end, and that's not about values. About whether I go or not, for how much, it doesn't concern me." Now, of course, as you can all imagine, the reason why Joao Felix was asked this question is because there's been a lot of talks lately about how much Atletico de Madrid could demand for Joao Felix, given that he has been doing phenomenally with Barcelona, and with a lot of Barcelona fans worrying that if Joao Felix continues to do great, then Atletico Madrid are gonna want to ask for an astronomical number, something like 120 million euros. But as I've said many times before, I have no doubts that Barcelona do have a plan in place, which brings me to my next segment of news, that Barcelona do indeed have a plan in place in order to sign Joao Felix on a permanent basis next summer. Now, Barcelona want to keep Joao Felix next summer on a permanent basis, and it's reported that Joan Laporta is confident that the club would be able to afford the signing of Joao Felix. And it's also reported that Jorge Mendes, who's Joao Felix's agent, has promised the Portuguese player that he will be staying in Barcelona next summer. Now, Jorge Mendes is no longer the representative of Cristiano Ronaldo, so now Joao Felix has become kind of the most important player of him, or the jewel of his portfolio. So Jorge Mendes does not want to see the value of Joao Felix getting reduced anymore or getting devaluated anymore. So he does not want to see him back at Atletico Madrid. He does not want to see him go to Saudi Arabia. And of course, he does not want him to go to another small club. So Jorge Mendes has promised Joao Felix that he will do everything in his power to keep him in Barcelona. And of course, Barcelona's plan is to keep Joao Felix next summer on a permanent basis as well. Now, it's reported that Barcelona will only have to pay the amortization of the player to Atletico de Madrid. So in other words, it's expected that it would be around 50 to 70 million euros. And Barcelona are confident that they will be able to afford that price. And of course, the good news is that the club have almost an entire year to get their finances in order, and in order to get that enough money to sign Joao Felix, which again could be signed for around 50 to 70 million euros and not the 100 to 120 million euros that many fans think that Atletico Madrid could end up asking for. Now, from one Joao, we'll go to the next Joao, because Joao Cancelo has also given an interesting interview where he discussed several topics, and amongst them was that he declared that it was a risk for him to come to Barcelona. And also, he did announce his goals and ambitions with his new club. Now, in regards to being a risk to come to Barcelona, Joao Cancelo said, "Yes, it's risky, but my life has always been a risk. I always like to take risks. For me, they are now the best team in the world," speaking of Manchester City, "and coming here was a risk, yes. But it's Barcelona, and when you get the opportunity from Barca, you have to come. I have to thank everyone at City. I've had the best moments of my career there so far. I had the chance to be in last year's FIFA World 11, which was another dream for me. And that's thanks to my teammates at City, the coach Pep, and his staff, who are a very good group. Very united, and you can see that." Now, of course, Joao Cancelo admitting that Manchester City are the best club currently in the world, which of course I do agree with him, but also sending a compliment to Barcelona by saying that when Barcelona knocks on your door, you have to answer, which continues to show a point that I always make in my videos, that no matter what the situation of the club is, players from all around the world, no matter how big or how small, they all want to still come to Barcelona, and it's still the dream of many, many players. Now, Joao Cancelo also spoke about his ambition and goals with his new club, and he said, "I want to be ambitious, but not that ambitious. I want to take it one game at a time. I dream of winning the league, which I've won in every country I've been in Europe except Spain. I'm also very excited about the Champions League. I think it's possible with this team, but I want to take it step by step because football is a very strange sport. Because there are times when you're doing well and then you lose the game. But I'm very excited about winning titles with this club." So Joao Cancelo making it very clear that he wants to win La Liga and the Champions League if possible, but of course he doesn't want to get ahead of himself, and he wants to take it one match at a time. Now, speaking of the Champions League, it's reported that Barcelona met with Royal Antwerp in order to discuss the signing of Arthur Vermeeren. Now, as I reported in previous videos, Arthur Vermeeren is an 18-year-old defensive midfielder who Barcelona are currently tracking as a possible signing for the future, because despite signing Oriol Romeu, Barcelona need a long-term solution because Oriol Romeu is 31 years old, so the club are looking to sign a young pivot who can come and be at the club for a longer period of time. Now, Arthur Vermeeren is one of the many options that Barcelona are tracking, and it's reported that the scouts of Barcelona consider that he would be a very good option and he would fit right in Barcelona. However, the scouts also consider that Arthur Vermeeren still needs a little bit more growth and development before Barcelona can make any official moves for the player. Now, despite this, it's reported that Deco met with Royal Antwerp's footballing director, whose name is Marc Overmars, and they met during the Champions League, or right before the Champions League match between Barcelona and Royal Antwerp. And it's reported that Deco informed Marc Overmars that Barcelona are tracking Arthur Vermeeren, that they're interested in him, and that in the future, if the club do decide to sign him, that they will let him know. And for now, if there are any serious offers from any clubs, Deco asked that Royal Antwerp call Barcelona in order to inform them. Now, it's also reported that Deco made kind of an agreement with Marc Overmars where if Royal Antwerp, who are known for exporting a lot of talent to the world, have any good potential players in their academies or they're on the come up, to let Barcelona know, because they would be interested in doing business with the Belgian club. And of course, this is always good to have good relationship with other clubs, especially ones who like to export talent, because this is one way for Barcelona to discover young talent before any other clubs. So that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a like. Also, I would like to invite all of you to please leave a comment down below, giving me all your thoughts and opinions about all the news that I share with you. And finally, I would like to invite all of you to please subscribe to the channel so you can stay current on all the latest news in regards to our beloved club, FC Barcelona. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. And as always, Visca Barça.